Hi, just give me a second. Okay, so this was just an idea I had because I was talking to my friends and we ended up on topics that sometimes topics comes up that you don't want to talk about, and that is things you don't like. I use the word hate, which is a very strong word, but yeah, I'm gonna talk about things I hate. And hate is a strong word, but I don't mind. So we got on a topic I said that I didn't like, that I was hating. And he said, "You hate a lot of stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a hateful person." So here I am talking about things I hate. Only one part, because there's a lot of things that I hate. And these things that I have up here is some of the things, because I have it on my iPad. So there is things that people hate. Yes, hate is a strong word, but there is people out there that hates that thing or hates that thing. I hate a little bit of different things that most of people out there. Um, I don't know who I'm gonna start with. I guess I'm just gonna start with the basic ones, which is math. No one likes math. Come on, math is the worst thing at school. I don't know why we learn math. Honestly, there is some things in math that you need to learn, but there's a lot in math that you don't really have to learn, but you'll learn it either way. And I don't understand that. There is so much you don't. There is so much in life you don't need that for. It's incredible. And this is the video is gonna break me because I am a hateful person. What? Um. Whoops. There we go. Um. I just said why. It's you don't really need it. Some things you need, some things you don't need. Um, and math is just one of those things I don't really. Well, I don't know. I hate math, and it's also because I can't do math. I am very bad in that. The second thing is about me is that I hate that I can't explain myself. There is a lot of things where you have to explain yourself, but I can't because I mess it up, which makes everything I say dumb. It sounds either dumb or it doesn't make sense. It's annoying because I don't put the right word where I should put them. it's just becomes a big mess. So trying to explain myself is something I really, really hate. So going through this video, I'm going to try to explain as good as I can on these things that I have written down that I was going to talk about, because I can't explain, but I'm going to try. Um, Taking pictures of food is something that I never really of taking pictures of food. Like, I don't take pictures of my food and post it on Facebook and say like, "Oh, look what I made." What are people supposed to say? "Oh, it looks good. Oh, you're such a good cook." Well, it may look good, but it doesn't taste good. So yeah, exactly. Cool food doesn't mean it tastes good. Uh, One of the things I hate that I haven't written down here is actually something I just realized. I have a bad connection, Wi-Fi connection right now. I don't know why. It has never been this bad. Right now, it is that bad. And I don't know why, but recently I changed to another. Well, I got a new. Um, how to explain? Now you see why I hate that I can't explain. Uh, yeah, whatever. No one needs to know. I do also hate when the neighbor plays loud music. This guy. So I'm not going to talk shit about him because I think he's a cool guy. I think he's pretty cool. And I have said in previous videos that I don't mind him listening to loud music. It's cool. I don't mind. But when you plays loud music, or plays GTA 5 and exploding stuff, or looking at war movies or war videos, turn the noise, turn the noise down. Because it's cool, whatever you're doing, but please do it in the daytime instead. Because, as I said, I don't have anything against him playing loud music. It's totally okay. I don't mind. But when you do it at 2 a.m., that's not okay. I go to school. I try to sleep. And I can't sleep with that. I can't sleep with explosions. And I don't understand how your neighbor that lives right over you there, I don't understand how she can sleep in this. Or is it just me being crazy and hearing noise that's not really there? Can also be a thing. So, there's also, I have Snapchat, and I have people on Snapchat. What I don't like is that almost half of the people I have on Snapchat does this, and I hate this. They post on their story that they posted a new post on Instagram, and they would appreciate it if you went on Instagram and followed them and liked it and commented. Why? I didn't get Snapchat for you to tell me to like and follow you on Instagram and tell me when you post new shit. I don't use Instagram, so but it still pisses me off. I'm going to show you right now. If someone has that on the story, I'm going to show you because that is so annoying. Uh, God damn it! No one has a new story. Wait, you can rewatch stories, right? What? Oh, there we go. Wi-Fi. It's loading, by the way. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. No, no one has that. I know there is a story here. You are one of those guys. Maybe you have. No. You are one of those guys. Maybe you have. Let's see. Let's see. You have so fucking much to. This is one of those girls that posts everything about their life. So I have to go through everything to find that one that isn't there anymore. No, you're not one of those. You are one of those. Let me see. No, okay. You? No. No one has it there now. They knew I was going to make this stream, so they were like, no, 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 delete it, delete it. God damn it. But yeah, most of them are just like, hey, watch out. I posted something new on Instagram. I appreciate that following. So this is a little bit funny one though. I think because I hate being myself. Now this I can't actually explain. Well, explain in my way. All right. So there has always been this thing where people say like, "Hey, be yourself," and oh my god, be yourself, and people will like you. That's a lie. That's all. That's all I need to say. Honestly, I have tried to be myself for a very long time, and I was bullied 14 years. 14 years straight, I was bullied for being myself. Do I need to say more now? So being yourself sucks. So if you want someone to like you, don't be yourself. Everyone is like, oh, you gotta be yourself. That's the best. Blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. It's true. It's bullshit. There was also one time I sent a picture on Discord to my friends about a movie they were gonna watch that they watched yesterday. That movie was the Joker movie, the not the Batman Joker, the other Joker. And people giving it bad critiques, like they're saying it's bad because they either don't understand the movie or they didn't like the movie, and they write all this shit about it. Well, I didn't like this part and this part. Well, movie critiques are stupid. Why do even people write about it? It's not based on what you think. It's what people think. People have different opinions. Like, for example, I'm going to say this. On Rotten Tomatoes, there are a bunch of movie critics people. And they gave Tomb Raider, the movie Tomb Raider, bad rating. I think it was pretty good. I liked it. I think it was a freaking good movie. But many people gave it bad points because they didn't like it. Because of things that was in the movie that was pointless, for example. Do you know what I think is pointless in all these movies? All the fucking scenes where they sit down and talk for like half of the movie. Like, come on. Every single movie has a freaking long scene where two characters just talk. Just talks. That is what I hate. But you get much information through those scenes. I get that. But could you maybe show us instead of making us listen to you talk like I do right now? People that write all these movie reviews, I think that should just stop because people have different opinions. You didn't like the movie, okay, give it bad rating. I don't care. I like the movie. Shut up. I hate this thing. Oh, my cat wasn't there. Okay, good. There you are. But yeah, I don't like when people write shit about movies because they didn't like it and I liked it. And other people liked it. Like, for example, people said that Joker was bad because they didn't understand it or they didn't like it. My friend liked it, but still, he will probably give the movie a thumbs up, while these critiques give it a thumbs down. So that's why it should just be no, just stop. And there is a lot about me here. this is this is things I hate about myself. So cool. I hate that I hate stuff. How I can say no on messages. Now, here's the thing. I can't say no. For sure, I can. But it depends on what I get a question asked. If I get a question about, hey, what's up? Do you want? I can't say no. But I don't say yes. But I can't say no. Because I feel like no, just the word no is rude. It's mean. And I don't want to be mean to others. That depends on how they are. That comes to another point, actually. There's another thing I have here right underneath that I can talk about after I try to explain this, because it's kind of the similar thing. I don't want to be mean if they're not mean to me. So if this person wants to hang out or do something and I don't have time, I can't say no. I say, I'm sorry, but I can't. And sometimes I give a great excuse, and sometimes I give an excuse that's a lie. Because I don't really want to hang with these people. These guys. There is some people I can actually hang with, and I've been hanging with them multiple times before because I lived close to them before, which I don't do now, which is sad. So I'm alone here. I am literally alone. People here like things I will never, ever even learn to like. Here, they drive tractors. I hate tractors. Oh boy, people here like Volvo. I hate Volvo. So, oh boy. But I got actually this ID hour or two before this live stream. I figured that I can't say no to messages. My neighbor over there, up there, on the second floor, right over this guy, right over there, sent me a message on Messenger. Let me put this up right now so I can read it. So the first message was, let me just find it. Hi, what are you doing? Oh boy, starting off right there. That's the first message I got. And I replied. I didn't want to say that I was making this. I was actually making this at that time. And I was writing down these things I was going to talk about in this episode, right? But I didn't want them to know what I was doing. So I lied. Because I thought, I was talking to myself, right? I was talking to myself about these things. How am I supposed to explain this, right? And I tried to explain to myself, how am I going to say this on this live stream? But I wouldn't say that, so I lied. But keep in mind, I am not a person that lies a lot. Sometimes I lie, but it's not, it doesn't harm anyone. I don't do like a big lie that can change the world. Like, not that. It was a small little lie. I said I was afraid that they might hear me talk. So I said, I'm making a plan of what I'm going to say in front of school in a presentation. And I was afraid they might hear me talk to myself. So I had to be like, well, I'm actually talking to myself because I'm trying to plan what I'm gonna say in a presentation. So she was like, "Ah, you're doing that. Okay. You don't want to come up and we have a little party." And I was like, "No, I'm sorry. I should focus on this because school comes first." And she was like, "Ah, yes, I understand that. Maybe a little bad timing. I should have told. Should have told you more before we did. I just told you right now, but I should have told you before so you maybe could take a time off and maybe you could work with that before instead of working with it now." And she was also like, but I hope we can meet again soon. It was so nice in the summer. For those who don't know, in the summer, I was actually up there because this guy, me and him are the only boys here. And keep in mind, me and him are the only one that likes gaming. This chick, oh, I hate her. Because she is in a wheelchair, which is totally fine. That's not why I hate her. The reason I hate her is that everything I say something, she's like, oh, okay, you hate that. But every time I buy something, like, oh, okay, Wednesday, I was in Hamar. For those who don't know where that is a place. It's where I live. It's called Flisa. But Hamar is not so far away from here. It's 1 hour drive with a car, maybe even 45 minutes. And I bought these things. You saw that in the unboxing video if you saw that. So I bought Chikorita that came with the Premier Ball, and I bought Total Out that came with the Luxury Ball. Pokemon, right? When I got out of the car, she was outside. When I got out of the car on Wednesday, she asked me where I was. I told she where I was, and she said, "Oh, did you buy anything?" Yes, I did. What did you buy? It's it's I was at Outland. It's a store that is called Outland. For those who don't know what Outland is, it's where you can find all things from gaming, cartoons, anime, and TV series. Like you can find anything there. You can find comics, manga, anime, uh, 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 cartoons, um, movie and TV series, Pokemon, gaming stuff. When I said that, I said I was on Outland. She was like, "What kind of store is Outland?" "Oh, it's about cartoons and gaming and stuff." "Oh, computer stuff." That's the reply I got. And she is the only girl in the world that I actually want to punch. That sounds rude, I know. But when it pisses me off that much, I don't think I ever got that pissed off. I never thought, no, wait. I have never got so pissed off by a comment before. So when I get pissed off just by one comment, in the way she said it, oh, I want to punch her. Sorry, but I want to punch her. And she's also smoking weed, which is actually illegal in this country. So, and she says it's because of medicines. She's doing weed as a medical thing. So don't overdo it if it's for medical things. Because every time I open that door and you're out and smoking, I can smell it. And it's like when I open the door, it's like that's how bad it smells. So please calm down. Uh, so yeah, she said it was nice that summer because me and him were upstairs eating hot dogs, sausages, because they were having a grill thing up there last summer. And I was there. I was eating sausages. I wasn't eating sausages. I didn't take anything with me. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not gonna stay here for long. So I'm just gonna not take any hot dog sausages with me. I'm just gonna sit there and just listen to them talk. And if they ask me something, just answer short. That's all I need to do. Because they wanted to get to know me, right? Because I was new. I just moved in here, right? So I went up. He wasn't there. So I decided I can just sit here for a little bit. At least I know this one person that actually used to go take a walk with me that works in a place right down there. Uh, right in the corner over there. There's a place, it's a workplace with people that works with teenagers and adults that has problems like me because I have apparently problems. Having ADHD is a problem. And yeah, but those are actually pretty nice to have because I can talk to anything about them. They can't tell it to anyone else. That's the best part of it. So if someone asks them, "Oh, you were walking with a boy last or yesterday at that and that time. Could you tell me more about him?" "I don't know what you're talking about." That's the answer they can actually give you. "I don't know what you're talking about." But they saw you with me, but they can't tell them who I am, which is great. So I went up, and one of those that I was working there, she was amazing. She's amazing. I like her. She is amazing at her job. So she was up there, so I decided, well, I can stay here a little bit since she's here. So sure, I don't need to be shy. Then he came up. everything got way better. But what he said made me a little bit sad. He couldn't stay for long because he was going to watch Spider-Man, and it was the last day of Spider-Man on cinema. And he wanted to watch it on big screen. It was the last day. So he were up there for an hour. So I was there. We were talking and having fun. He were talking about stuff that he has gone through, I have gone through. We were talking. We were having a good time. They got to know me more because of he. He was there, and that made me more comfortable to. I don't need to tell them short. I can tell them my whole life story if if they want to listen to that. Because when he was there, I felt comfortable. But that's because me and him are the only one that has something in common. We both like gaming. Well, there is this one time, or those few times you have had very loud music on and stuff at 2 a.m. But other than that, we have a lot in common. So that's what basically she says here. I hope we can have a big meeting again because it was so nice last summer. Because we were up there and talking, eating sausages. Even though I didn't eat sausages. Uh, and I can't say no, as I said, but I also can't really stop a conversation because I feel like just stopping without being the last one to say anything is rude. So I have to be the last guy to say something. That is really annoying. So she then, so instead of saying anything rude, I said, "Yeah, well, I hope so. We can meet again, even though I don't really want to. It would have been nice to get to know you more." Yes, that's my answer. Yes. And she was like, "We that live here, this place where I live now, this apartment complex. It's not really an apartment complex. It's 3 houses and three on top. So it's like 6 apartments. Um, and okay. Sorry, neighbors. I heard something. I think they're out on their porch, or not porch, but they are up in on the second floor, so they have this like overlay over my neighbor's house. Um, so they're probably outside there. So just hopefully that they don't hear me. So this place where I live now is called Engeli, which is a very nice name if you know Norwegian. Um, so she said, ask people, you're new here, like I am new here, right? So she said, we have been like a we have been like everyone here has been like in a group, like in a friend group, and we don't want to leave you out. We want to include you. I, haven't I been included the whole time? I mean, you have always asked me first about joining your little parties that you're having. So I kind of think I've already been included. And you were actually wrong. She is not included. This chick is not included. Because if she is included, I'm leaving myself out of this group. I'm moving out. If I need to move out just because I don't want to be in the group, hell yeah, I'm out. I'd rather live in my mom's basement making videos there for a living. That's not one of it. I don't even earn on money on making videos, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna make a living out of it. I'm just doing this for fun. So yeah, we want to include you. And I said, well, it's nice, but today was a little bit bad timing. I have this presentation, and I have to stand up in front of class and read it out without looking at the paper. So I need to remember what the paper says because I can't look at it. And she was like, yeah, I remember when I was going to school, and I'm so happy I don't do that anymore, because if I was supposed to do that today, have a presentation where I can't read off the paper, I wouldn't make it. And I was like, I didn't ask you. But that's not what I said. And yes, I told you right now too. I should have told you before. I didn't. So I told you now too, so it was a little bit on time. And I was just saying, yeah. And she was like, next time I'm gonna try to tell you good time before we do a party. So you maybe can come. But I understand. School comes first. And I said, thank you. That's it. Done talking. That was the last word. Well, I wasn't really the last words because she sent me a smiley face with blushing. And when you send a smiley face with blushing, I don't need to be the last message here, because that's like, what am I going to reply to that? So that was a huge part of the stream. How I can say no to messages. I thought this was going to be a short stream, but it doesn't seem like it when that one took so long. And I still have 2 more. And one of them is going to be short. No, both of them might be a little bit too much to explain, but I'm still going to do that in this stream. So the second one is, wait, didn't I say that it was how I can say no to messages? Oh yeah, being mean and all that. So I can take that first. So a few Wednesdays back, I happened to end up in a school fight. Real quick, I won. Just so that is being said, I won. But it wasn't bloody or anything, and I think I talked about that before. It wasn't bloody, but it could have turned bloody if we didn't get stopped. Now, I'm gonna try to give you the details of the fight. This person in my class was talking shit about me the whole day, and I was just taking it. Now, the reason why I took it is that he has said things I've already heard before. And that is the thing. I've been bullied for 14 years straight. And that was the last time I was bullied was 4 years ago, when I stopped school completely. For 4 years, I have not been going to school. For 4 years. First, now I go to school again. The reason why I go to school is that my mom said, are you sure? What if you get bullied again? My answer was, I have been bullied 14 years straight. They can't say anything that I haven't already heard. They can say whatever they want, but I already heard it. Doesn't hurt me anymore. I have heard it before, and now I can take it. Now, when I say that, most people would be like, so you're saying you're used to it? Yeah, pretty much. That's not something you should be used to. Now, I understand that. You shouldn't be used to being bullied. That's not okay. But I can't stop it. I was being bullied for 14 years straight. I tried to tell the teacher at the first school I went to. The teacher went against me. the teacher went against me. So I didn't only have kids in my class or at the whole school. I had the teacher against me. My mom even went to the school trying to talk to the principal. Every time she came down, the principal ran away. Now, he didn't run away like in front of us, but he was never there. It was first that he was never there. And it was always these dumb excuses, like when we called them, we were like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Well, I actually have an important meeting right now, so I can't. Hangs up. How do you have a meeting every single day? We want to talk to you. Such a bitch. Now, I'm going off, but this actually has things to do about this fighting things. And when we came without saying anything, he wasn't there. Now, keep in mind, even though we didn't say anything that we were coming, they knew somehow. This school was right outside the garden, our garden, where we lived before. Where mom and me and my little brother, we lived in a big apartment, and right outside our garden was the school building. That's the first school I went to because it was right outside. So, school, right? You need to go to school, so we chose that school for me. Oof. Now, excuse me. So the principal was never there, which means we could never talk about how much I got beaten up, bloody beaten up. Now, when I say bloody beaten up, I was bloody when I came home. My nose was bleeding, my mouth was bleeding. Sometimes I even think my ear was bleeding. I'm so lucky I still can see, smell, and taste, and hear. It's a goddamn miracle for all of those times I've been beaten up. And still, my eyes are the same. My nose is the same. My mouth still can move it. It's the same. My ears, still the same. So it's weird that I don't look like this or something. It's weird. And it's weird that I still have teeth. So, I got beaten up bloody. I came home bloody. My mom was like, this is it. We're going down. We're going to talk to the principal. Principal wasn't there. Well, we can't really talk to the principal if he isn't there. Now, we tried to talk to the principal's assistant. Now, this is where it gets just messed up. We talked to her, saying that, do you look at my son? Look at him. He's bleeding from his mouth, from his ear, from his nose. Do you know what that could do to him when he grows up? Well, I could be deaf. I could have lost my taste bud. I could have been blind. I could have lost my sense of smelling. That's what we talked about. And she was like, yeah, I understand that. I'm going to tell the principal that you were here and what you talked about. Did she ever tell him that? Did she write it down? Do I know where it went? The paper she was writing on? Do I know where it went? I do. Right in the maculator. I don't know what is the maculator, is it in English? That thing you put the paper in, it just rips it apart. That thing. How I know that is another long story, but I'm not going to go into that. So every time I tried to talk to the teacher, they were like, well, it's obviously your fault, because now let's go back to the first thing, being yourself. So it's obviously your fault. Why? Because I was myself. Yep. And keep in mind, the next point is about ADHD. So just keep that in mind. I have ADHD. So I'm just going to say that this now, because this has a little bit about to do with that. We didn't know that I had ADHD before third grade. Fourth grade. Look at this. I'm getting sweaty in here. I don't know why. Anyway, I should just live with that right now. If I get a heat stroke on Livestream, you know who to call. But you don't know my address, so just say Engeli. But don't call 911. Here in Norway, we have 113 is the ambulance, 112 is the police, and 110 is the fire department. But I think my friend is here in here, so hi. Yeah, you know. You can just call 113 and say, hey, my friend, he was on live stream, he had a heat stroke, just drive to Engeli and you understand where he is. In the middle. Down in the middle. Just say that. Remember to say that, because I live in an apartment, so I'm in the middle downstairs. So they don't go in the middle upstairs to my neighbor. But yeah. So this was before I knew that I have ADHD. I came home bloody because I lost myself. Now, this is what the ADHD did to me when I was younger. Now, I'm not going to blame ADHD because you can't really blame it. That's the thing. Blaming the ADHD is not something you do. But I can, because I've lived with it so long. So, yep. Now, I'm not blaming ADHD on everything, but these times are actually, you can actually blame ADHD on this one. I lost myself, so I got crazy mad. I lost myself. I wasn't there. Like I wasn't there. It wasn't me that got mad. If you understand what I'm saying. Like when I got mad, it was almost like I died and someone else had my body. That was literally how it was when I got really mad. And that's why I happened to end up in a lot of fights. And I always came home bloody. Like I said, the principal didn't do anything about it. The teachers hated on me and told it was my fault. When we found out in fourth grade that I had ADHD, That made it worse. Because we decided to tell the school that I have ADHD. So they knew why I got so mad that I got. That made it worse because when we told them, they didn't even, like I said before, they said, well, it's your fault. You ended up in a fight because it was your fault. They is bullying you because it's your fault. You said something first. I didn't. Okay? But when I told them that I had ADHD, that made it worse. That was like, oh, so we were right all along. It was always your fault. Now, I talked shit about that school for a very long time after I was done at that school, because I changed school. That was it. 5th grade, after Christmas, I started on another school. Now, and you may think, well, that is just 5 years. You said you were bullied for 14 years straight. Yeah, we're getting to that. When I started at this new school, the other school changed. Teachers got fired. A lot of them got new teachers, better teachers. The whole school was being built on new. Now, it wasn't being built on new, but it got renovated. And it got better, because apparently my friends still going there said that it was good. It is a good school. And my friends were still going there. And I was still talking shit about that school, because that's where I was brutally bullied and beaten up by kids and bullied by the teachers. So of course I still was talking shit about the school. But they were like, well, the school is completely new. Well, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. My memories is what it was before. I don't care how it is now. What I have from this school is only bad things. So it's forever going to be bad things. Forever. For me. Because that's all I remember. And that's all that happened to me. So, so I started at a new school, which was longer down the road, which was the school my little brother went to. Now, my little brother is 5 years younger than me. So he was, sorry. So he was in 1st grade. I was in 5th grade. And I guess people that were older than me, like 6th and 7th grader, they always like to mess with you when you're a 5th grader, right? So they were messing with us, of course. But what they didn't know was that, hey, I have ADHD. Don't mess with me when you see that I'm trying to ignore you and move away. But even trying that, they still messed with me, and it went to the point that they get mad at me for ignoring them. So they started pushing me. And wait for it, beating me up on another school. This was another school. So I talked to the teacher. The teacher there was a little bit better. But they weren't that good, so it didn't stop. Now, the principal there was actually nice. He was nice to my little brother. He was nice to my mom. He was nice to me. And he was nice to my dad whenever he was there. It was mostly my mom. But you see, my dad isn't the social talking person. So that's why. So it didn't stop. So my mom said, I think it's best that you tell the school that you have ADHD. Maybe they understand. Now I thought, and I actually said to my mom, "Mom, you remember what happened last time, right? It got worse." And then she was like, "Yeah, but if the teacher knows," because this teacher on that school already hated me for being me. These teachers were actually nice to me. So she said, "Tell them that you have ADHD. They might actually help." Now I told them I have ADHD, the whole school. The teacher did not hate me after that. Okay, that's a big step. But now it wasn't only the other people in the grades over me. It wasn't the sixth grader. It wasn't the seventh graders. It was them too, but not only them. It was the fourth grader and third graders and second graders. Everyone. Now, when I say that I didn't really get beaten up by those little, what am I gonna call them, little girls? Because they were boys that had long hairs. I'm gonna call them little girls. Now you may think, "Huh, you got beaten up by second graders and third graders and fourth graders." Yeah, I did, because there were fucking 15 of them at once. Now they knew that I have ADHD because I had to say it. Now, this is actually the only place where I actually had friends. That was the first place I actually had real friends. Real friends. Like, I have these real friends that I still talk to this day, like Christian, Sindra, yeah. And but these were like people that I had at school, because I didn't really have them at school. The other, like Christian and stuff, because they were always in like I was 1 year older than them, so there wasn't in my class. They were in the class under, right? But these guys were actually in my class. So when everyone just jumped on me, pushing me around, why they did that was because they wanted to see how mad I could get. Because when you have ADHD, it's so fun to see what your limit is, till the point you will explode. I was at the point that, okay, now I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna come back when everything is done. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm bloody or not. I'm gonna die, and I'm gonna come back either as someone who beat the kids up to the point that they are bloody, or I'm gonna be the bloody one. Because as I said, when I explode, I'm not here. I'm dead. So I don't know what's happening. So I realized this, and right before I gone, those two from my class pushed the kids away, took me by the arm, and said, "Stop. Let's go to the principal." They took me into the principal. That is what friends should do. All right, these were good friends. Even though I happened to fight this one guy that took me by the arm and told him to stop, and told me, "Let's go to the principal office," because he took the one arm, and my friend that was actually my friend in that class took my other arm, and we were just walking. Well, it was more like they actually tried to pick me up, or not pick me up, but I was actually leaning on them. So, but they took me by the arm, told him to stop. We got to the principal office and took my arm around his neck, and they just dragged me over there, which is very nice. And I still appreciate them till this day, because that no one has ever done that to me before. So that helped me out a lot. Now this didn't really stop, and yes, I was finding this guy that helped me a lot, but it doesn't matter when you're younger, you fight and you get friends. You forgive each other after the fight, and you get friends again, right? That's what you do when you get young, when you are younger, and that's what happened a lot with me and him. Uh, so he helped me still, even though we were fighting a lot and forgiving back and forth. Um, so, but it didn't get better because it happened every single time. I just got bullied, and it actually started going a little bit better. But now, I'm sorry, I'm just warm. I need to just open up a little bit. Now it went a little bit better. I still got bullied, but it wasn't that big of a deal. It was more like, okay, he's getting mad, let's stop. It was like that. Um, but then we came to the point where I got mad when we were playing hide and seek. Now we weren't playing really hide and seek. We were playing something called, I don't know how to say it in English, but we call it something like the box ghost or something. Which is kind of like hide and seek, but it's like if you see the person, you're gonna choose a place that's gonna be the box. It was usually a flag post or a big pole or something. So let's just take this bottle as the box right now. So if I played hide and seek with a guy, or this isn't really hide and seek, but I'm just gonna say hide and seek. So if I play hide and seek with a guy called Ben, and I see Ben, I can run to what we has as the box and say, the box goes. It's almost like green and red light. Yeah, kind of. But if he runs, if I see him, but he can outspeed me, and if I run to the box, but he comes past me and touch the box before me and said the box goes, that means I have to count again. So there's one time. Now keep in mind, I have ADHD, so that is being said. So this is why I got mad at this, because this happened every time. So one of the guys, I'm not gonna say any names, so let's just call him Jim. That was not his name because he was not from either England. He was not Norwegian. Not to be racist, but he was from another country. You could say that. But let's just call him Jim. So what made me mad here is that we were playing this. I were counting, and I took everyone. Now he was hiding at the top of a tree. Not at the top, it was very big trees, but he was up in the tree. And the box was right next to him. We had a big stone, that was the box. He was up in the tree, and the stone was here, and he was up here. Now I was walking over there. But when I turned around, I saw him started climbing down. So I was like, oh, I see him. I came to the stone first, said his name, because that's what I gotta do. I said, the box goes on Jim. That's what I gotta say. Now I touched the stone, it said that. But he was just walking towards the stone with his hat in front of his face. And he said, the box goes. I said, no, I got you. I said your name. You can't really say my name if you don't know who it is. You are the last one. I know who you are. Maybe I just came in. Well, you can't just came in a game. Maybe I'm not Jim. Maybe I just came in. Well, you can't really come in if I'm counting. I need to know who is in the game. If I don't know who it is, who am I supposed to know that? Oh, he got the box. I didn't know he was playing with us, right? So I need to know that. And it was like, well, you have to see my face to know I'm Jim. I know you're Jim because you're the last one. Nah, you don't know. You can't see my face. That made me mad. So of course, I died. I died, and I wanted to fight. So because I got mad. So that happened. Bloody fight. Woo! I got bloody again. Uh, now, now, that has actually happened 3 times as we played the game. So I decided to not play the game anymore. This is a long story about how much I want to fight. That is what I hate, right? So, so let's go back to the school ending. Now, this was the last school day because on this school it only went to 7th grade. It doesn't go over 7th grade. It doesn't go from 1st grade to 10th grade. No. It goes from 1st to 7th. Now, I was there from the 5th grade up to the last day of 7th grade. It was the last day. But before we get to that, after the 5th year and a little bit of the 6th year, we got a new guy on our school. One of the bullies that came from the first school that was bullying me up there came to that school. Now, he was a little dude, so I could beat him up pretty easily. Now, when I say this, I could, and I almost did. But I always got stopped. Now, he thinks he was tougher than me. He thinks he could beat me. He was like, oh, I can beat you. Now, he had a weird name. In Norwegian, it was a pretty weird name because it wasn't a Norwegian name. Now, I'm not gonna say his name, but I can say that his name was basically it sounded like pussy in Norwegian, so I called him that whenever he didn't listen to me. I said, "You know that pussy guy." But anyway, so it went worse after that, but it also kind of went better because that was when I learned more about taking control. I didn't have fully control. I could still die, and I can still do that till this day today. But it's harder to make me explode. It's harder. I can be very mad, but I don't explode. Um. So after, so I could take more control, so I didn't explode. So after the last day of school, when it was done, I had to, of course, find another school for the 8th grade. Now, the school outside where I lived, not a chance. Now, keep in mind, I still have bad memories. It's not going to change. So I didn't give them a chance. So I ended up going to school that was like 10 minutes with bus. I had to take 2 buses or one if I wanted to walk to the other bus stop, which was like 15, 20 minutes. It was literally 20 minutes to walk. Yep. Yeah, 15, 20 minutes, depends on how fast you walk. And it was a long as road straight up. So yeah. Now, it's hard to remember all this. Because I knew things that happened before, but I have already passed that stage, so not even worth going back for it. So it was like a in total 15 minutes with bus if you took 2 buses. It was literally 3 minutes with one of the bus, and then it was like the rest. Nah, that was in total on the bus. It might have been like 8 minutes. With the waiting, it might have been 50 minutes because you need to wait for the different buses to come, right? So that was 8th grade. Okay. Now I got a friend right away. Now keep in mind, this guy had ADD, which is basically the same as ADHD, just without the H. Now, okay, so I would explain what ADHD actually stands for, but the thing is, I don't remember because it's weird. It's something with hyper disorder thing, if I'm not mistaken. HD is actually hyper disorder, something like that. I don't know what AD stands for, or I do know, but I don't remember. And HD is like hyper something disorder. So he had ADD. So we actually got along very well, right? Now, of course, every school has a bully. Now, this was actually my fault. This was actually my fault for being bullied. I got another good friend in this class that was a victim in bullying. Now, he got bullied by this one guy in class all the time. Now, I felt bad for him because I saw me in him. This was exactly what happened to me in my whole, from 1st grade to 7th grade, literally. So I decided to step in. Now, when you try to step in helping someone from a bully, you automatically get the victim. You automatically the victim here. So I tried to help him. Now that was the stupidest thing I did, because now he came on me. That sounds really weird when I say that. But he started bullying me. And not only me, but him too. But the thing is, what I think I helped with was that I got more bullied than him, because every time it was like he was bullying him, I was like, stop it. He bullied me. Every time he started bullying the other guy, I was like, stop it. He started bullying me. Now, yes, it turned into a lot of fights. Now, fast forward to, I think it was like 9th grade or something, in the beginning of 9th grade. We changed building. We changed the school building because we had a school building over a little baby store, actually, where you can buy baby clothes and pacifiers and stuff like that. So after that, we got a new school building. Like, this school building was newly built, so it was nearly built. So we moved school building there. Now, this was the place where we had classroom right next to those who were 8th graders when we were in 9th grade. 8th graders, and over, like when you walk out the door, it's the hallway to a staircase, and right down the staircase is the way out, right? But on the other side of the hallway, it was a door, being the 10th graders. These 10th graders was one of the worst 10th graders that has ever existed. Now, this is why. There was this one girl in 10th grade that I had a crush on. Okay? Everyone has a crush once or twice in their life at school. I had a crush on her. She started teasing me to the point where we started talking inappropriate. And when I then get to school, she had told it to everyone. in class. Now, since she was in their class and she was popular, of course, she talking inappropriate to me was okay. Me talking inappropriate to her was not okay. Yep. So yeah, that was one thing. So it was always that they were after me. Now, 10th grade, it was my turn to be the 10th grader here. We still had the bully in our class, and in 9th grade, just to go back to 9th grade real quick, we got another person that was friend with this bully. So since he was a bully, and this new guy was friend with the bully, do you know what the new guy was then? He was a bully. They were friends from before. And when they then ended up in the same class, we started fighting a lot. Because one bully was hard enough, right? I started fights, I lost, it was bloody, blah, blah, blah. The 10th graders, when I was in 8th grade, was assholes. When I was in 9th grade, 10th graders were assholes. Now, this bully also had a little sister that was in 8th grade when we were in 9th grade. So she was a 9th grader when we were a 10th grader. She doesn't really have anything about this story to do. I just wanted to tell you because she was nice. Well, now, so after a while in 10th grade, I didn't fully complete 10th grade on that school because I ended up at an institution. I think it's called institution. So I'm just going to say this. It was a place where I lived, ate dinner, had activities after 5 o'clock because we ate like 4 o'clock, had a meeting at 5 o'clock, and then the meeting was always like, so you want to do that tonight? Okay, we're going to write that up and we're going to try to do that. So every Tuesday and Thursday, we had something called the gym day, which is, you guessed it, we had gym. I like gym because this was the only place that every gym time was 1 to 2 hours long, playing only one game. What is it called in English? Let me just quickly check that because that is the best game ever. I love that game. So I have it on my tongue, but I can't really get it out. What are you saying? What to? The institution? Yes, I was at an institution. If you didn't know, for a little bit over half a year, like 7, 8 months, maybe. Not Spanish, English. No, it's not called that. No, because that's not what I have on my tongue. Stickball? Really? No. It says hitchball, but I don't think. No, that's not. No. You know when you throw a ball at a person and he has to sit the bench until the person that hit him with the ball is taken down. If he gets hit by the ball, you get out again. Yeah. And that was when I thought you said my name. I was getting things. What? You were getting things? Did I say that? Anyway, I was at this institution, and the adults that was there was also. We had like different kinds of contacts here. We have something called A contact and B contact, which means that the A contact has the is supposed to look more after you because he's your A contact, and B contact is also supposed to look after you if the A contact isn't there. And if the A contact also has another one of these teenagers that is at his institution, he has to stay with that guy. Or no. If that guy has a problem and his A contact isn't there, and my A contact is another guy's B contact, he needs to go to that person because he needs help or he is having something he wants to talk about. So that means the B contact has to have me. Now I didn't like my B contact because if I'm not wrong, it was a woman that never very she wasn't mean, but she was very strict, more strict than my A contact, and my A contact was my best friend. I love him. So I didn't get bullied there exactly, and it wasn't much fighting there. I wasn't fighting, no. Um, and it was a good time being there because that's when I got help when I needed help. For example, math, I got help in math. I can't get help at a normal school. It's impossible. I tried. So there I got help with math. I got help when I needed help. There was so much things I could do there that I couldn't do on any other school. Now, I was done at 10th grade on that school. I completed 10th grade. Before I completed 10th grade, the principal at this school where I lived, I didn't live at the school, but the school building was right outside because it was big. Yeah. And and I have to remember. Yeah, the principal helped me search for schools because everyone there got help. So she was like, "Okay, what is your first choice on what line you want to go on school? What you want to become? The second choice and the third choice, because we have three choices." Now, the first choice I didn't know at the time, so I just said, "You know what? I want to work with kids. I'm good with kids. I've always been good with kids." So that was my first choice, and I actually got in on that. Now I think at that time I think my second or third choice was something about sports, but yeah, it wasn't many sports things I like. I used to like football, but I didn't like that much after a while. I played a lot of football there too, but it was like, well, if we don't have anything else to do, okay, football. um, but I liked bowling, swimming, and tennis. Now I don't like swimming in oceans, but in pools that are totally okay because I can't drown in pools because people will help me, or not people because people hate me, but adults. um, let me just remember here. Yeah, so I got in on the line where I can learn how to take care of children, other stuff like that, and we also had normal things like math, English, Norwegian, like stuff like that. Totally okay, not math, but so I didn't really get bullied at this school, but I got bullied at home. Now, not by family, but this is the worst part of bullying, is cyberbullying. Now, people from previous schools apparently didn't grow up yet and wanted to search me up on different social medias, like, for example, Facebook, and bully me with a fake name so I never knew who it was. There was also, we had a parallel class right next to us that had a few people that I actually knew. Not from before, but when they started cyberbullying me, I knew who it was. Now, this wasn't on Facebook, but this was a site called Ask.fm. Ask.fm was a site where you could get anonymous questions and you answered them. And when you answered them and posted them, everyone could see it. When they searched your name, they could see your answers and all that. Now, since it was anonymous questions, since you could get anonymous questions, of course they wanted to have fun bullying me. Now, I figured out who it was because this is something I learned that I didn't talk about, but that was from the first school I went to. This was something I learned, but like I said, I didn't talk about that because I forgot about that. But I remember it now. So I knew who it was because I learned about their smile. When they see you, the way they smile at you. I mean, I think you can. I think you can. Yeah, I think you can. But that's not the point. So I walked past one of those guys one day, and he was smiling in a very, like, it wasn't a normal smile. It was like a smile you saw that, oh, he was onto something. And I knew that after a while, I actually knew it was him because he didn't tell me face to face, but I figured out when I was like, this was after the exams. Uh, I had a 2- in math, which was barely standing, like that was barely good to go past. But I ended up going up in exams in math. Now, since my character was already 2-, I would get a 1 on the exams. So I dropped it. I ran. Now, I was still being cyberbullied, so like my thing still stands. Bullied for 14 years. And this was supposed to be how much I want to fight, but we're coming to that. I just need the whole school story with bullying and stuff. After that, I decided to go on a new line. I want to be a musician. Now I want to play drums. Now, this is where it actually goes down. I ended up on a school with mentally disordered people. Now, some of them had Down syndrome. Totally fine. Nothing wrong about it. Nothing wrong about Down syndrome. Well, I said yes. I said yes to. I think you can learn and master anything given the right circumstance. It is a yes. Just so you know. um, Now I ended up in a. There wasn't people with Down syndrome there, but that was an example. Like not diseases, disorders, like me, ADHD. Um, and there were other people there that had, like, they didn't look normal, they didn't speak normal, and they were walking with their feet like this, which was pretty creepy. And this was I talked about this to my mom, and she said, "Yeah, it's this special class," and I was like, Why am I in there? Because you have ADHD. Yeah, I have ADHD. I don't have feet going this. The worst thing is that in this class, we had one fun thing that I like to be doing. Now, yes, I wanted to play drums, but that was not that was not the fun thing here. I'm coming to that. The fun thing here was actually photoshopping. I did great. I feel like I did great. And this my teacher said that I was doing great. So I could be great at Photoshop if I continued that. But the reason why I stopped was because there was one guy in there that was more normal than others, but he had big feet. Like he was Bigfoot. Okay? This is not even a joke. He was Bigfoot on both feet. So gym went pretty bad. This was the point where I set my foot down and I was not afraid anymore. So I've been afraid my whole life because of bullying and all that. So I got a girlfriend in that class because she was the most normal one of all the people. Like me and her and a friend I got and another dude that joined that school later that year. We were a friend gang. Like me, those two boys, and this girl. This girl became my girlfriend. Pretty cool. Now this is just give her a little backstory. She was Polish, kind of funny. I have a thing for Polish girls apparently. Oh gosh. Now we were together, and what the couples do, they kiss, they have fun. Well, we didn't have fun. Just so that it's being said right there. We didn't have that kind of fun. But we were kissing, making out, hugging, cuddling, because we had like a big, like, what is it in English? God dang it. We had like a big bag just on the floor, like a big squishy. It was so good to lay on it. And it was big. It was huge. So we were often sitting there, cuddling with each other here, like playing with the hairs and cuddling, hugging, sitting there in the free time between classes. And my friend was always sitting like on chairs next to us while we were hugging and we were talking. And we had a whiteboard where we drew on and write things, or he did, one of those guys, because I was too busy cuddling. Now I want to protect my girlfriend, right? So there was one time we played this same game that I talked about when I was at the institution, because it's the best game. Now this guy, Bigfoot guy, he had the ball in gym. He threw it at my girlfriend really hard. He was really like a douchebag when it comes to, if he got a ball and he wanted to throw on something, he was going to throw as hard as shit. That was like his wish. So he was throwing it as hard as shit. My girlfriend turned her back, got it in her back. Bam! Now she didn't cry or anything, but it was, you just heard a bang. I was standing right beside him, and I said, "Can you be more careful?" Yes, I said it in a way that was like, "Dude, fuck you." It was kind of like that because we were already not friends, if you know what I mean. Like, he was a bad guy. Um, Now I said, "Can you please don't hit so hard?" Like I said it in my tone. "Can you please be more careful? Can you please don't throw so hard?" He turned around and started bitching at me. He was like, "Do you want some fucking, you want to fight, bro? You want to fight?" I said, "Oh, you want to fight? You want to fight? Is that what you want? Come on, fight me." I was like that. Now I didn't die at this point because I had more control. I could still die, But you know what I talked about when I died, right? It just went black for me, and I fight. But I didn't die because I had more control over that. I could still die pretty easily, but I had a little bit more control. So I said, "Come on, fight me." Now I wasn't afraid anymore, so I actually asked for it. I said, "Fight me." The teacher came between us before we started fighting, right? That guy left. He left. This bully left. He was mad. And I said to the teacher, "I bet he's going to kill me after school." And he said, he can't actually do that because we, as a teacher, we have actually, we have to take care of you till you get into your own house. Like, even though the school is done, we still have to take care of you till you get home safe. But they can't follow you home, so what is the point of this? I could have been dead either way. But now, my girlfriend, after gym, gym was the last thing. She was like, "I have to go quick. I need to go to the doctor." I said, "Okay, I'll see you tomorrow." Mwah. She walks away. She walks we took a subway to our homes, because yes. So me and those two guys that I was friends with, we walked together because we were going the same way. Now, on a parking spot that we have to walk either around or through, walking through the parking spot was like 2 minutes faster. So why not go through the parking spot? Now, who was standing on that parking spot? He was. Now he wanted to fight me. I was just walking past him while he tried to grab me like this, and I just walked past, and I said, "No, I don't want to fight." I said that. And my two friends was like, listen, it was a mistake. He didn't mean what he said. This was one of my friends. He was like, it was just a mistake. Don't even try anything. And he was screaming after me while one of my friends was like, "You see, it was just a mistake, man. Just calm down. Just don't need to fight." Me and my other friend was just walking. Now, we didn't leave him back. We didn't leave him behind, my other friend. He was staying behind for us. Great friend. Now, he didn't get beaten up or anything. And after a while, it went fine. He came after us. And after they were talking with the bully, he came running after us. We stopped for him. And he was like, "Everything is okay. Everything is okay." But he was still a douchebag, this bully. Okay? So, back to what I wanted to be, a drummer. Right. I could play drums. I wanted to go this line because I wanted to play drums. Now, see, this is what made this school so bad in the first place. Just because this is a special class, I couldn't play drums because the bully was already playing drums. So I got a guitar. Now, I love guitars. I just can't play them. It's probably too late, but hey, my neighbor plays war games with loud sound at 2 a.m., so I can definitely play some guitar. That's all I can. See, I can't play shit. Oh, sorry, Kitty. I know you're scared of the guitar. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna hang this up here again. There we go. So I got the guitar. Now, the teacher, we only had one teacher. My friend that was in this, he was playing piano, but he could already play piano. So he was already a professional piano. The bully got help from the teacher the most of the time because he was bad. So why couldn't we change so he could get the guitar, so you could teach him guitar, because I could already play drums. So this wouldn't be a problem. Now he could also still play drums. I won't say that he couldn't play drums, but he could play drums, but he was bad at handling the drums. He was either hitting too hard, hitting too soft, or he was hitting okay, but when the song gets like if he does it okay for a while, he starts just going harder and harder, and that's why the teacher has to stay with him most of the time. So I didn't get any teaching on guitar, and I couldn't do shit about guitar. So I needed help, but I didn't get the help. So what am I supposed to do when the end of the school year comes? Am I gonna stand on that stage like this? Okay, we're done. Great. This was the Christmas ending of this school year. I'll see you next year. Bye. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. So I stopped. I dropped that. Still going on with the cyberbullying. So after that, since I dropped out of school, I lost my girlfriend in that class. I asked my friend that actually liked her a little bit, but he accepted us two being together. And after a while, I got contact with her again, and I said, "How are you?" "I'm okay," and all that. Because this used to be my girlfriend, right? So I was like, "How are you?" "Well, I'm good." "Okay," I'm talking, and then we ended up, or I realized she had got another boyfriend. Now, I didn't know the name of the boyfriend. The Facebook only said in a relationship, so I didn't know who it was. So I decided to ask my friend, since he liked her when I was together with her. I said, "Are you together with her?" "No, he wasn't." So this was a completely another person. This was no one in school. So I'm happy for her though. Now I'm happy for that because I found my other Polish girlfriend that I was with for 4 years. And now we come to this day right now. I'm single, yes. But I was together with another Polish girl for 4 years. Best 4 years of my life. Things were happening. Now, I said that in previous videos too, so people should know more about this actually. So now we're getting to the point where I talked about how much I want to fight. Now, this guy was talking shit about me the whole day, right in my face. So I got mad. I was tired. So getting towards the end of the school day, we was at the workshop that we have at school because we were doing workshop stuff. Now, the classroom is right, like you have to go through the workshop to get to the classroom. The classroom is right here. The door out of the classroom is the workshop, and right next to the classroom is the those who work as teachers and helping teachers and all that works in that specific line. Because now I go the line on school to be a car mechanic. Now you probably know. Oh, excuse me. You probably know that I went to the gym every Wednesday, working out, getting stronger, getting muscles. And yes, I have grown muscles. I have, believe it or not. These arms were way skinnier than what they are now. Just so you know, this was like these were like spaghetti. My legs were also spaghetti, but now I actually have muscles. Um, Very much down here actually. I can kick pretty hard. But yeah, now I have actually two shirts that I don't. I have grown too much muscles, so I don't fit those two shirts anymore. Um, and since I started working out, I don't do that anymore now because Wednesdays always occupied by school. So now I need a card first, which is quite expensive here I live. So I need a car to work out, but I need money for that, and the money I get is usually going to my house, and electricity bills and phone bills and stuff like that, and also school things. Like I need money for school things. Since I'm going car mechanic, I need safety goggles. I need those. Help me here. Those you put on your ear so you don't hear anything. Uh, and gloves and shoes that if you have like a really heavy thing and you lost it on your foot, the shoes are supposed to not crush your toes. Uh, so the shoes helps. So at the workshop, since we were at the workshop and using the workshop the last 2 hours of this Wednesday, I was tired of him talking shit about me. Now, he was talking shit about me, walking past me, saying that since I came from the big city, Oslo, which I don't live in now, this is a completely different place. Since I came from there, I'm not like them, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm not like them, and I'm happy for it because you guys drive tractors on your free time. To be honest, I think I have more important things to sit on a tractor, more important things to do than sitting on a tractor. And the teacher that works as a teacher on this line, the car mechanic line, uh, I hate math. Hate it. Hate math. um, so yeah. Um, so this guy, uh, uh, this where the teacher sat, they had like a window from their uh, office to what happens out in the workshop. Now we were always fighting, like have a play fight. We were just joking and just putting each other down, like taking their head under our shoulders and take them down so they fall on the floor. That was fun. This was normal. So the teacher didn't really care. But when they saw me and him, oh, this was bad. Now, I don't know why it hurts on my knees there, but okay. Uh, so this was a few Wednesdays ago. Now, when this happened, now this has been going on for a long time, like the whole day. So of course, I exploded. But here's the thing: I didn't die. I exploded, but I didn't die. I didn't have control over myself. But this time, instead of dying, I had my eyes. So I saw everything and felt everything I was doing, but I wasn't doing it. Make sense? I could feel my hands around his neck. I could feel him hitting me when he hit me. I could see everything. But I wasn't the one holding. I just felt it. So it was kind of like before someone took over my body, I was fighting. But this time I actually felt it and saw it. So I grabbed around his throat really quick. Like this was like boom. It was like the fastest reflex I've ever had. Because he didn't expect it. No one expected it. So suddenly I just grabbed his throat real quick and I said, I'm tired of your shit now. And when I took his throat, of course, I didn't let go. So the only way for me to let go was to either be stopped by someone, but before we got stopped, he took my head underneath his shoulder. I took his head underneath my shoulder. So we were walking like this. Now, since we were walking like this, the only way to get him down was to put my leg around his legs, since I had his head under him, he had my head. I put my foot around his foot and kicking his shoes, so he fell down backwards. Now, when he fell backwards, of course, but I still had him down. I was laying on top of him. He tried to get me off, so he hit my back head, bam, 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 3 times. I was like, ouch, that hurts. So I sat up and I just slapped the shit out of him. His glasses, he had glasses. I slapped the shit out of him, and his glasses just slide through the floor. Now the teachers saw that he was hitting my head 3 times, so they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta go. This is real." They got up to the chair, opened the door, but before they came, I stopped the shit out of him. The glasses just slide on the floor. Now, one of the teachers grabbed me, took me, and just pushed me. Like, didn't push me, but like just pushed me like this. But of course, he had to hold me first. Hold me, and just because I tried to get loose, I wanted to fight. So I tried to get loose, and the other teacher was this is just helping teachers. These two were helping teachers. They helped my actual teacher because we're too many apparently. So the other teacher was just talking to him while he got up, helped him up, talking to him, while the other teacher was like, go talk to the teacher, the actual teacher. Now, it wasn't only the actual teacher that was talking to me when I got into the office. It was actually the teacher for the other class too, because we have A and B class. So it's the parallel class, basically. So we were talking, well, since you're that old now, I'm 22. Since you're that old and he's 16, blah, blah, blah. If this got into a bloody fight, we could call the police, and you don't want that because when you're getting a job, that is really hard to get a job when they know that you have been arrested or even been at a police station for just a fight. So since after that talk, we hadn't fight. But the thing is, I really would love to fight again. Now, this is another guy in class that really pisses me off. He's like 20 or 21. He drives a car, a shitty car if you ask me. And if he says one thing about me because I'm being myself, I'm going to hit the shit out of him. So that's what I hate. How much I really want to fight again. But remember, this time I won. Now, I'm not saying that you should fight because you're not. That's why I hate how much I want to do it. But I have to, like, hold myself back. You know what I mean? So, throughout the whole time I have been beaten up, it feels like everything is just built in me. So I need to get all that out so I can show that I can beat people now and they should mess with me. Like, I have been stronger. I was not like I was before. So I think that is mostly the problem here. That I have been beaten up so many times that I feel like I want to get it back, if you know what I mean. Like, beat as many people as possible so I can feel like, hey, it's we're square. I have done what I have to do. Now we are square. So I don't need to fight anymore. It might be because of that. But yeah, that was my whole story about me being bullied and beaten up and stuff. And all of this leads to just one little thing: how much I want to fight. Now, I don't really want to fight innocent people. I just want to fight those who talk shit about me. And there is one that is doing that now, and I really want to fight him, but I can't. I know I can beat him because he is a little small. He is small. Okay, he's a little dude with no muscles at all. Well, he has a little bit of muscles, but I need a little bit of fight, right? Now, growing up with ADHD is the last point. And this was actually a longer live stream than I thought. I thought this would be a short live stream. This would be like 30 minutes done. No. We're on 2 hours. Holy shit. It's the longest just talking live stream I had. And I hope people enjoyed it so far. The last thing is just going to be a quick, like, growing up with ADHD. I hate, yes, I hate that. I hate being the one that had to be born with this because of things I've already explained. I have lost myself. I have gotten mad for no reason. I have done things I regret, but I can't really do anything about it because it has already happened. How much I want to fight, just growing up with it has been a hell. Most of the time I have been bullied is because to see how long it takes for me to explode. When they knew about it, the first school was not like that. They just hated me because teachers were bad. Yes. There's things that I regret, but I can't really take back, and that's why it sucks to grow up with ADHD. Now, people out there might be like, well, I have ADHD, I have it totally fine. Well, you live in a better place, basically. Yeah. So, all of these things that I hate, not only this thing that is part one, there will be a part two someday, one day or another. I don't know when. I won't be live streaming tomorrow, by the way, just so you know that, because it's school time. Not tomorrow, but I can't stream when I need to go to bed early, tomorrow to get up early. But there will be a part two someday, and these are things that, and I blame my ADHD for that. Most of it. At least how much I want to fight, and how much it makes me mad to just read movie reviews and critics and stuff like that. And me being myself wasn't really the best choice for me, and it's still not. I blame that on another thing I have, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. That might be the topic of the next video to get a longer video there too, or longer live stream. And the reason that I can't explain is also a little bit of my ADHD. And the thing I will take up in the next live stream, hopefully. But these things, there is many people that thinks like, well, there is people here who's just like, well, there's nothing wrong taking pictures of food. Why do you get mad at that? Blaming my ADHD on that, and how much I get mad when, for example, movie critiques. People is like, well, it's good to have movie critiques. Maybe for you, I think they're dumb. I hate them. But yeah, that was actually everything I wanted to talk about in this stream, which got very much longer than what I expected. So I will end it here. Take off my shirt because dang it, I'm hot. And calm down a little bit because my head is just I'm cooking right now. My head is just boiling right now. So what I just need to do is just calm down, drink some soda, eat some chocolate because I have chocolate. That always helps, right? So yeah. So I'm gonna say bye for now, and hope you will follow my next stream. I will post a candy video tonight or tomorrow, depending on when I feel like it. It's a very interesting video. I take a candy that I haven't tasted for over 10 years now, so I'm looking forward to post that, and I hope you will watch it. And I'll see you guys later. Take care. Kitty, wanna cuddle? I need to cuddle now. I'm boiling, so I need to cuddle. You're so cute. You're so adorable. So my cat helps me calm me down too. So yep. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.